Hello YouTube, Kaitlyn.
And Parker! What's your favorite color? What kind of content do you want to see? Let's get down to brass tacks. What's brass tacks?
And did you go to VidCon?
I'm gonna pop some tag. Got $20 in my pocket. I'm looking for a come up. This is awesome.
So we went to VidCon in Anaheim, California. Woohoo!
Yeah!
Do you have anything that you want to say about it?
Well, I'm trying to think about where to start off. There's so much that happened at VidCon.
So much!
It's hard to even know where to start.
Yep, pretty much.
You go.
I guess what's pretty formative for me about VidCon is that I spent like my first 2 days there sick. So really only the second 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, was I able to really enjoy it. Like I did enjoy VidCon, and actually Friday was probably my favorite day of panels.
Mm-hmm.
But Saturday was my favorite day of like concerts and things on the main stage.
Yeah. When she says that she got sick for the first 2 days, that doesn't do it justice at all. No one, alright, I'll start off by saying no one warned us about LA traffic.
Well, I mean, I knew about LA traffic. I've been to LA before, but I didn't know that it was as bad as that. And we also made the mistake of driving like at rush hour.
Yeah, it wasn't even traffic. It was cars parked.
No.
In like a 6-lane
That's
highway.
the thing. No, they weren't parked. That's the thing. If they had been parked, everything would have been okay. But it's because you were like, you'd speed up and then you'd slow down. And you'd speed up and you'd slow down. And I don't do very well in car situations like that. By that I mean I got car sick.
Car sick!
So rather than just taking a shuttle to Anaheim from LAX, we decided to go to the Santa Monica Pier.
Big mistake.
Yeah, I had been there 2 years ago and only at night for just a little while. And this being Parker's first time in California, we're like, yeah, let's go to Santa Monica Pier.
Which was great.
It was really cool. But it was like the sun was really hot.
The sun tends to...
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, I was cold, but I was also hot because the sun was beating down, but the wind was blowing, so I was cold too. And we ate fried shrimp and like these vegetables, which at the time seemed like a good idea. It was like, yeah, this is yummy and healthy. Bad idea. We get in the car to drive to Anaheim, which is about 45 miles from the Santa Monica Pier. In Virginia, if you had a 40-mile drive, it would take you 45 minutes, an hour at most in like heavy traffic. And it took us 3 hours.
Nobody told us.
No.
Nobody warned us. I'm a worse person because I've been in LA traffic now.
Anyway, at about the hour and a half mark, I was not able to hold together my dehydration, overheating, migraine symptoms, like a weird combination of lunch anymore.
Yeah, she had been like a trooper up until that point. I mean, I know what it feels like to be sick. Poor Kaitlyn.
I don't like vomiting. I have not vomited like that since I was like 11 years old and had a stomach virus.
So she's like over in the passenger seat, just like...
I'm doing like yoga breathing, and apparently I was talking to myself.
Just be okay. Just... Oh, Kaitlyn, just... At that point, it was completely, like, stuck. We're completely just stopped in traffic. And then all of a sudden, it starts to, like, the traffic kind of opens up, and we start moving, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah. And then at that point, Kaitlyn's like, I'm gonna puke. When I puke, I don't understand how, like, quiet pukers, you don't even know. But I'm like a retcher.
Projectile vomit.
Oh, yeah. A Pez dispenser for puke.
So we're driving down the road and we sped up and I'm like, I'm going to throw up. My options at this point are my blanket, which I have in my lap. And that was like the most logical thing to me for some reason. I'm like, I don't care about the blanket. And then I also had a cup from Bubblegum Shrimp that ironically said, stupid is as stupid does. But Parker's like, open the door.
Yeah, see, I'm imagining like my kind of puking. So I'm like she's over here and she's like, ugh. And I'm like reaching, I'm like, maybe we should open the door, babe. Maybe. Do you need a puke outside?
But I'm like, we're driving down the road.
So I'm like driving and I'm like, shit.
So anyway, I don't know who opened the door, but somehow it got cracked open and I'm looking out. We have cars on both sides of us.
Yes. Well, there's one lane, there's the carpool lane on the left side.
Yeah, and then there's like 2 or 3 more lanes of traffic on our right. So yeah, I am not a projectile vomiter. So then essentially I would like vomit into my hand and then throw it out the door. That happened like 5 times.
Yeah, so finally I was like driving down and it occurred to me that it was ridiculous that I was continuing to drive
I threw my vomit out the
while
door.
she's puking, while we're basically drive-by vomiting. So I cross the WL and I get on the shoulder of the road.
Yeah, the left side, the left shoulder.
And then you're like,
And
I'm
then
done.
I was done. I was done puking.
But it is messy, as you might imagine. But
Yeah.
luckily we had one napkin and some Germex wipes.
Because then I didn't want to eat. And that was why the next day, like once we got to VidCon, all I wanted to do was like go and sleep. So I didn't like go hang out with people. And then on Friday, I didn't want to eat anything. And so I just kept getting weaker and weaker as the day went on. And then I ate like weird combinations of things. Like I ate this like cheesy popcorn that the YouTube
I don't know how you
room,
did that.
panel room had.
You were like, "Kid, would you give me some of that cheesy popcorn?" And I was like, yes. I couldn't say no because of all the stuff that you had been
I didn't know that it was cheesy popcorn.
Nasty
It was
bad
like, yeah, it was
popcorn.
like that fake cheese orange stuff. And that doesn't do well with me anyway. I was finally better on Saturday though.
It's funny now.
It's very funny now. After I had vomited, I was thinking like this will be a funny story later.
Yeah. Good job.
Good job vomiting and not ruining my boyfriend's
Way to
image
puke.
of me.
Way to get it done.
It was just all these stressors that were just like, oh, you can't even just do. So if I didn't meet you at VidCon, it's because I was really sick at the beginning part of it. So I'm really sorry because I wanted to meet you.
We just want to apologize to all of Kaitlyn's fans. Anybody that was looking forward to meeting her at VidCon. She puked into her hand driving down the freeway and was trying to throw it out of the car and ate some cheesy popcorn after that. And you know how it goes. So
I'm very sorry. I'll meet you next year.